Hi guys, hopefully it's Wednesday, because I'm doing a video. This is my second take. My first take was approximately like a second and a half long. Something really, really unnecessary happened with my hello. I don't know, it just sort of went really bad all of a sudden. But, so not much is happening. I'm pulling out all the stops for the jobs that I'm playing for this time, so if it doesn't work, then there's absolutely no hope and the world will end, of course, like it usually does. So we'll see. I haven't actually submitted it. I was going to do that, I don't know, after I finish the video and after I send it in, I guess. But, I don't know, I was talking to a friend yesterday, and I must have been sounding kind of down, but she gave me a $5 gift certificate just out of the blue for Adagio teas, so that covers shipping about. And it's really nice because you can get like a 10-cup sampler for $2 usually, depending on the tea. So I'm going to try some interesting stuff. But it made me think I want to tell Becky because the store, www.adagio.com, Adagio Teas, is having a 20% off sale all week for their Sherlock blends. So, in case you needed a couple extra steps down the road of obsession, then Kara McKee's tea blends are for you, and you spend time on Tumblr, so I'm sure you already know all about the Sherlock teas. So that's happening. I went and saw The Dark Knight Rises with my grandmother for her birthday because she didn't want to do anything else. Like, come on, it's your birthday, I've got to do something. Like, how about a movie? Oh, The Dark Knight Rises. So we went and saw that. It's really hard to talk about what I thought without being spoilery, but I did like it. I didn't like it as much as the second one, but probably more than the first one. And I was talking to my friend Emily about it, and just things we liked and things we didn't like. And I think the reason why I didn't like it as much as the second one is just because the things that I didn't like about it, I really, really, really didn't like about it. And there were things I didn't like about the second one, and even the first one, but it was just kind of like, whatever. I'm not a movie director, I'm not a producer, etc., etc. So, it's all just kind of, it feels like it's more personal taste than anything, but in this one there were things that were just, I don't know, it was like the thing about the movie that you should have remembered above everything else is the thing that I couldn't even remember, like as I was walking out of the theater, and it's kind of disrespectful to the story in a way. So with that very cryptic something. Questions? What was Lexus's? I wrote it down on a notepad thing. What did my parents have me do? Well, my mother was extremely hands-off, so in my early youth, it was spent mostly, before I met kids kind of in the neighborhood. And the neighborhood was kind of out in the middle of nowhere, so the neighborhood was like 1 or 2 kids at the most. So it was mostly spent, with them it was mostly spent exploring the forest and the beach and abandoned buildings and pretending we were superheroes and beating up dead trees and stuff like that. So a lot of spent time outdoors, away from parental figures, just spending time doing stuff. Time by myself was, I don't know, playing the imagination game or something, or, reading or whatever it is that young kids who don't know anyone and don't have anything to do with their time. My grandma was more hands-on, so I started doing band, like she got me my first instrument, and then from middle school on, I was in swim club and swim team. They didn't have swim team for middle school, we just had the club. So band and swimming is mostly it. I dropped out of swimming in high school my last year to do marching band, to get the high school marching band up and running. So I don't think they're actually doing it anymore, which is kind of sad, because, we had to petition the high school for money to get new drums. They're really nice drums, but, I hear the high school band at the moment is spectacularly bad. when I was going through high school, there were a lot of really good kids, me being one of them, of course. You know, and a lot of all-state people and a lot of good leadership going on, but now I hear it's so bad that the band instructor, she's the same one for the middle school and the high school because it's really small. It's so bad that she's starting to take music from the middle school and have the high schoolers play it, and take high school music and let the middle schools play it. So in a few years they're going to have a nice batch of high school players, but at the moment they do not. Becky, I lolled IRL at your handshake story. Because, you know, well done. Introduce a little anarchy, Becky. That's very funny, but I couldn't really think of anything for something I'm embarrassed yet proud of, because most of the things I'm embarrassed of, I'm just embarrassed of, you know, there isn't a whole lot of pride, but, or, you know, I've completely buried it, and it's, you know, somewhere deep in forgotten brain pan land. But I thought of one thing, and I don't know if it's really something I'm proud of, but it is sort of interesting in the sense that the way you think of yourself and the way you remember yourself isn't always maybe exactly what happened. But in elementary school, I was extremely awkward and almost antisocial in a way, just because I was not socialized properly at all. And like from elementary school up until like middle school, at least, I just, you know, was very by myself and doing my own thing, is how I think of myself. But I'm thinking about it, and during recess, we had a game where we would pretend to be wolves and just kind of run around in the soccer field and not really use like the jungle gyms or the swings or anything. Just kind of like run around in the snow and pretend to be wolves all recess, and then, you know, go back in. So the last thing I would think of myself as a young person is charismatic, but apparently charismatic enough to lead a pack of 6 to 10 children on a game of pretending to be wolves every day at recess for like 2 years. And, you know, I was never the alpha wolf, but I elected the alpha wolf, so I was kind of in charge. There's a hyperbole and a half comic where she talks about like a 6th grade birthday party when a whole bunch of girls pretend to be wolves, and I laugh so hard whenever I read that, because it's like, I know that feel. I've done that. So that's Hailey 101 for the day. It's really exciting, Alexis. I'm kind of jealous that you are having a lot of road trips. Because I don't know, if you drive for 2 hours around here, you kind of end up in the middle of nowhere and don't really go anywhere, because it's kind of hard to take casual trips around, or, I don't know, there's not really much to do, and gas prices are kind of outrageous. I think they just went down, actually, and now they're like $4.19-ish. So, I don't know, you kind of have to really have a reason to go somewhere. Not that, you know, transcripts aren't, but I don't need to go anywhere to get transcripts. But, yeah, I guess we're at like 8 minutes, so I'm gonna call that a video. And bid you both goodbye until next time. Toodaloo.